Barcola is one of the most promising talents coming out of France, and this year's Euros has really put him on the map. So that's why we today are going to play his career through 10 seasons to see if he could reach the levels of Kylian Mbappe or even Thierry Henry. He's currently 80 rated, so some of these objectives is going to get real difficult to complete, like winning the Ballon d'Or, scoring 200 goals, or becoming 99 overall. But if Barcola is going to be remembered like a legend just like Thierry Henry, then he's going to have to complete these objectives. We're starting Barcola's career in the 2024-25 season, so Mbappe has already left for Madrid and Kolo Muani is now the main striker for PSG. And it looks like Barcola would get a lot of game time being the only left winger in the squad. Barcola got really nice stats already. 86 pace, 74 shooting, 74 passing and 80 dribbling. He got some great potential for a 21-year-old. But let's find out how Barcola's first season played out. Barcola didn't get a spot in the League 1 team of the season. Did Barcola have a bad first season? He scored 14 goals and got 3 assists. Pretty good. But it looks like he got injured at the end of the season. He got a torn abdominal muscle. But luckily he's ready in 2 months for the next season of League 1. Barcola also got a +1 on his overall. And PSG actually won the league. Barcola has completed the League 1 objective already. And PSG won by a lot of points. They got 100 points. And PSG also won the Coupe de France. Barcola has already won 2 career trophies. Maybe he could win the treble? Let's find out how the UCL went. PSG went invincible in the group stage. They knocked out Sporting in the round of 16. And they beat Dortmund in the quarters. But they lost to Bayern München in the semis. No treble for Barcola and PSG. But Barcola has had a really great first season. Now he's gonna rest and wait for his injury to clear up so he's ready for the next season. Since Mbappe left last season, Barcola now has got his shirt upgraded to number 7. And this is how the PSG squad is looking. PSG has brought in Barella from Inter to replace Fabian Ruiz in the midfield. A great upgrade. But Vitinha also looks really good. He's up to 85 overall. Let's make our way through season 2. And I took a quick look at the Ballon d'Or winner this year. And it was actually Harry Kane who won this year. I guess he's finally won some trophies. Barcola is still not in the best League 1 11, which is fair. He got 9th in the top scorer race. And we're nowhere near to become top assister. But Barcola has had his career best season at PSG. 17 goals and 5 assists in all competitions is really good. And that performance has also bumped him up to 83 overall. Barcola also won his 2nd League 1 title. But this season they didn't have any luck in the Coupe de France. But PSG did win their UCL group again. And they did knock out Inter in the round of 16. But Leipzig got the better of PSG in the quarters. PSG is definitely not the club if you're going to try to win Barcola the Champions League. But Barcola got the opportunity to win 1 more trophy before the season ends. He's playing his first ever World Cup with France. And on the national team, Barcola got the number 17 on his back. Because Kylian Mbappe is obviously the main star of this team. With an 89 rated Camavinga, 90 rated Saliba and an 89 rated Koundé. This France squad should be able to advance far in the World Cup. Let's see how it went. France won all of their group stage games. Barcola also scoring his first ever goal at the World Cup. They met Ireland in the round of 16 and as expected they won. But no way, France lost to England in the quarters. Barcola walked home empty-handed from his first ever World Cup. And England would actually go on to win the whole thing. And it has come home in the year 2026. Barcola is back at the club after a disappointing exit from the World Cup. And he has actually gotten an upgrade on his skill moves. He now got 4 stars. And he's also received a new teammate. Umuri has joined the club replacing Lucas Hernandez in defense. The PSG squad is looking really good. A lot better when Barcola first joined the club. But let's make our way through season 3. These are the nominees for Ballon d'Or 2026. And it was Kylian Mbappe who ended up winning. Barcola is only up 1 overall. His rating growth is kind of slow. Barcola has had another great season with 30 goal contributions. But that was still not enough to get into the top scorer or top assister list. Barcola won his 3rd league title. And PSG again reached 100 points. PSG is a cheat code in League 1, bro. Barcola won another career trophy from Coupe de France. He has won a lot of trophies so far in his career. And he again got the chance to win 1 more right now. Because Barcola and PSG has finally made it all the way to their first UCL final. And they are playing against Man City. Bowen found Foden in the 60th minute. And he made it 1-0. But Barcola headed forward right away. And he put this ball into Gonzalo Ramos. And he smashed it in to make it 1-1. So we headed into extra time. But after a goalless extra time, it was time for a penalty shootout. Barcola of course scored his penalty. But then it was Emery's turn. And he had to score. But he missed. And Barcola and PSG lost the final to Man City on pens. The UCL is really not made for PSG. We're gonna have to look for a transfer to another club. So Barcola can finally win his first European trophy. I'm putting him up for transfer. We received an offer from Chelsea. But I think we're going to wait until Barcola is in his prime before we make a move to the Premier League. And Atletico Madrid has bid $66 million for Barcola. I think that would be a good fit for Barcola. I'm gonna have to accept that offer. Barcola is on his way to new adventures in Spain. Barcola has arrived at this new club and he now got the number 10. And this is how the Atletico Madrid squad is looking. Alexander Isak is the striker. Lino is playing right wing. Antoine Griezmann is still at the club. Barrios is teaming up at the midfield together with Llorente. A promising talent named Martinez is playing right back. Jimenez is still playing at the back, now with Guardiola besides him. Gutierrez is left back and Oblak is still in the net. Pretty decent squad. But let's see if they can win any trophies. The Real Madrid players are really dominating the Ballon d'Or nomination. nominees. And now Endrick is also nominated. And he actually ended up winning. Barcola has had his best goal scoring season with 21 goals. And he's got a huge upgrade and is now rated 88. But what is this performance from Atletico though? They finished 5th and they are not playing Champions League next season. They only reached around a 16 in the Copa del Rey and they got knocked out by their rival club in the quarterfinal. That is not how I thought Barcola's first season in Spain would play out. Barcola is a rising star and he deserves to play Champions League ball. But first he's gonna have to help Atletico Madrid back into the UCL. And hopefully these upgrades to the team could help him do that. Atletico has bought Kudus from Bayern and he has now replaced an aging Griezmann. And Lenormand has joined Guardiola at the back with Jimenez also aging. Now let's see if Atletico managed to make it into the next year's UCL. But look at the Ballon d'Or nominees. Is it only possible to win the Ballon d'Or by joining Real Madrid? And it was Kylian Mbappe who won. But what a season Barcola has had it. 39 goals and 10 assists in all competitions. He's got to be the Golden Boot winner, right? He finally got into the team of the season. And of course he got the Golden Boot with those stats. The top scorer objective is complete. 28 goals in 34 games is unreal. And that has also made him into the player of the season. Yet another objective is complete. Barcola has finally had his breakthrough season. He also got a +1 overall. Reaching 99 overall with only 5 seasons left is gonna be near impossible. But if he keeps producing the same amount of goals, then anything can happen. Atletico Madrid plays second in the league and they are back in the Champions League. But Barcola won his first ever trophy with Atletico from the Copa del Rey. But in the Europa League, they got knocked out by Fulham. Things are looking really bright for the next season. And the board of Atletico has brought in a few players to help them come one step closer to the Galacticos. Barcola is now playing right wing because Atletico has bought Savio and he is looking insane. But so do Barcola. He now got 94 pace, 83 shooting, 85 passing and 90 dribbling. He looks like a crazy winger. Caicedo has also joined the club and he has been replaced by an aging Llorente in the midfield. And Lenormand is now the team captain. Now let's see if Barcola can win his first ever Ballon d'Or. And he's finally nominated. He's competing with Mbappe, Vinicius and Erling Haaland. And it was Haaland who won. Barcola's had another really good season though. 33 goals and 9 assists. But that was not enough to get into the team of the season. I have no idea why. But Kylian Mbappe stole the spotlight this season. He became the player of the season and top scorer. But Barcola was only 3 goals away from his French teammate. Atletico didn't manage to win the league this year either. That Real Madrid squad has got to be the best team of all time. No luck in the Copa del Rey either. But let's find out if Barcola could win his first ever Champions League. They barely made it out to the group stage. They knocked out Leverkusen in the round of 16, but they lost already in the quarterfinal to PSG. Still no Champions League trophy for Barcola. Barcola has grown a lot in his stay at Atletico, but I kind of feel like he has outgrown the team. He needs to be playing at the top club and should at least be able to win the league. I think it is time to put him up for transfer. But before we find out Barcola's club future, he's going to join France at the 2030 World Cup. And Barcola has now got the number 10 shirt on his national team as well. Looking at this France squad, there's a ton of potential to win a World Cup trophy. Now let's see how the group stage played out. Wow, France won all their group stage games. They had a pretty easy group though. France beat Northern Ireland in the round 16. They also beat England in the quarterfinal. And they beat Mexico in the semi to make it into the final against Germany. Barcola is playing his first ever World Cup final. But it turns out that Barcola did not get to play the final because he received a red card in the semi. Same goes for Camavinga. But either way, Moukoko got through and put Germany in the lead. And he made it 2-0 in the 50th minute. But Mbappe got the hold back for France with this goal. And the score went now 2-1. But then Moukoko did this. And he made it 3-1 to Germany. Moukoko is insane. But France put up a fight. And then Moukoko scored. But that wasn't enough to get the win. And Barcola and France would fail to win the World Cup final. And they watched Germany raise the trophy right in front of them. Which means Barcola now has no chance in completing the World Cup trophy. He still got to complete the Premier League objective, but hasn't received any offers from Premier League clubs. So we are gonna have to decide the future for him. And I think the choice is pretty clear. The only club who can win the Premier League and the Champions League for Barcola is probably Man City. This means Barcola is gonna have to sign for Manchester City. Barcola has arrived at this new club and he got the number 10 kit here as well. And the Man City squad is looking great, but not as world class as I expected. Holland is still world class. Duku is now playing right wing. Foden is playing cam at a rating of 92. Rodri is rated 91 and is playing alongside the captain Bernardo Silva at midfield. Rico Lewis is now a world class right back. Rapsoba has joined City. Silva is playing alongside him. Parisi is playing left back and Valens is in the net. Let's see if Barcola can win the Premier League at the first season at the club. Barcola has been left out of this year's Ballon d'Or nominees, and Mbappe was back winning the award. But Barcola is coming for the next year's Ballon d'Or. He's up to 93 overall, and he has scored 28 goals and received 16 assists in all competitions. Wow, this 93 rated Barcola is insane. But somehow those stats were not enough to get him into the team of the season. Holland has robbed Barcola of all the spotlight, and he won the player of the year as well. And City plays third. Ain't no way, bro. And Crystal Palace is now also going to play the Champions League. No luck in the FA Cup or the Energy Drink Cup for City. And it turned out that City wasn't even qualified for the Champions League. At least they're going to play the Champions League next year with a third place finish. I thought Man City was going to be a world class club in 2031, but it looks like Barcola Barcola is gonna have to help them back to their prime. The city owners have spent a lot of money into the city upgrades. They have brought in Barcola's old teammate Emery for an aging Bernardo Silva. A crazy left back called Ludugi has been brought in, and City has invested in a world-class goalie named Carnesecchi. Let's make our way through season 8. No Ballon d'Or nomination this year as well, and it was Erling Haaland who again won the award. Barcola is really in the shadow of the Norwegian striker. This season he scored 29 goals, which means he is now only 1 goal away from completing the 200 goals objective, but he's still stuck at an overall of 93. And he has again been left out of the team of the season, even though he was the second highest scorer as a winger. But Man City won the league, and Barcola has finally completed the Premier League objective. They also won the FA Cup, but they lost the Carabao Cup final. But either way, City has the chance at winning the treble with this Champions League right here. Winners of the group, they got through on pens in the round of 16, and they beat Bayern to make it into the semi. But they lost to Barcola's former club. Not great. But Man City has had a lot better season than the last one. Barcola now only got 2 seasons left to win his first Ballon d'Or and his first UCL. I'm not really sure if he's gonna make it. Barcola is now 29 years old and he is in his prime. City has not made huge changes to the team, but they have bought a beast of a defender named Hato. He got 91 pace. Let's make our way through the season. And finally Barcola is nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and he is attending his first ever ceremony. But it was his teammate Erling Haaland who again picked up the Ballon d'Or. Barcola now has 1 season to win the Ballon d'Or. But what a season it has been though. He scored 39 goals. He has now completed the goal objective, and Erling Haaland almost scored 50 goals. Insane. But Barcola actually won the Player of the Year award, his first one in the Prem. But the Player of the Year in the Prem did not get into the team of the season. No way. Barcola also got a +1 on his overall. Back-to-back league win for City. He won the FA Cup as well, and they won the Carabao Cup. This means Barcola and City could end up winning the quadruple, but they gotta win the Champions League. They placed second in the group stage. They beat Barca in the round of 16. They barely beat Dortmund in the quarterfinal, and no way, City is actually in the final, and they are up against Madrid. Barcola got the opportunity to win his first UCL with City and the first quadruple for City. Hon got the first big chance, and he should have scored. And then Enric did this, and he was so close to scoring. But in the 77th minute, Foden got through. Foden, and it has gone in. Man City is up 1-0. And Erling Haaland would bang in 2-0 to win the UCL for Man City. Barcola finally get to raise the Champions League trophy, and the objective is finally complete. And Manchester City has also won their first ever quadruple. It is gonna get real difficult to top this season. Understandably, City has not made any changes to the starting 11. This team is looking crazy. But now let's find out if Barcola has managed to win his first ever Ballon d'Or. Of course he's nominated, but can he beat Haaland this year? And Barcola has won his first ever Ballon d'Or, and he has finally completed the Ballon d'Or objective. It took a while though, no luck in the cups this year, but City and Barcola won the league yet again, and they actually won another Champions League. Barcola has brought City back to their prime, but Barcola has failed to reach an overall of 99. Look at these stats, man. 36 goals and 26 assists. What a career it has been for Barcola. And if you enjoyed this video, you can check out another career playthrough right here.